Hello there everybody, this is CwapTheNintendin here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon LeafGreen. So, last time, we defeated Brock at the Pewter Gym and got our first badge. It was a close fight. So, now we're here on Route 3, where we're going to be continuing our said journey through Kanto and such, in order to go to our next stop, which is Cerulean City. But, of course, before we do that, battles! And of course, we have a bug catcher here with more bug types to deal with here. I actually healed up my Pokemon last times, or like before I started this recording, so I could be in top physical condition for the battles that may lie ahead, or something like that. So anyway, you're going to be finding a lot of these bug catchers on this route because, well, to be perfectly frank here, String Shot you may not like so very much. Because, well, it does lower your speed. Well, fortunately, if some of your Pokemon, like, if you have a Pidgey at this point, or a Pikachu that have Quick Attack, you shouldn't have too much of a problem dealing with bug types. Well, in terms of speed, though, because Quick Attack always has priority over, you know, everything. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna be sending out Volcano, I guess, because, well, Volcano's close to leveling up, so I guess I might as well get him out. And he's actually getting pretty close to evolving, actually. You see, before Starter Pokemon evolved at level 16, starting with Gen 5, only some of them evolved at level 16. Charmander evolved at level 16, Cyndaquil evolved at... Actually, I think... Did Cyndaquil evolve at level 16? Well, I know Totodile evolved at level 16, but... Or, no, 18. But, I don't know. Anyway, this guy is not really required, so I'm gonna skip him. All he had was a Spearow. Lost! Yep. That's basically all. Yep. I won and he lost. Of course. Anyway, this bug catcher you do need to fight, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring out Spearow here out to the front. Because I can. I'll battle with you, the Pokemon I just caught. You know that's a bad idea. You know that? Because, well, if you just catch Pokemon, you're not gonna have a very good day. And how can you catch a Caterpie at level 11? That's not possible. Is it possible? Maybe he cheated and he just said he caught it. Of course. That's the only logical explanation. Pretty much like there's a logical explanation to how... I was trying to make a Fairly Odd Parents there, but I failed hard at that because I forgot the exact line in the episode. It was that one episode where Timmy brings in a dinosaur to school for show and tell, and Mr. Crocker is all like, no child could have had access to that DNA, genetic material. There's only one logical explanation. Fairy-type Pokemon! And that's pretty much what everyone said whenever the fairy-type was revealed. Anyway, we have a kind of sort of a tough trainer here. So how about you? Eek! Did you touch me? No, I did not. You know that line is even more awkward whenever you're playing as a girl. Think about that. Anyway, she's got a little bit of a Jigglypuff right there. A little bit of a Jigglypuff. Yes, a little bit of a Jigglypuff. Okay. Jigglypuff is one of the more popular Pokemon of Gen 1, of course. Of course, its biggest feature is that it can sing, and that's about it. Other than that, though, unless you're in Gen 1, Jigglypuff isn't really that great of a Pokemon, to be perfectly frank here. Well, it is kind of good in special defense, but if you're really that type of dude who likes that sort of thing, I guess you could go with Jigglypuff, if that makes any sense, but I can only really recommend it in Gen 1 when special was obviously one stat instead of like 2. And of course, I think it can be found in this route. I haven't gone over Wild Pokemon yet, but I will. Because I can. That's it? Yes, that's it. Of course it is. Anyway, I'm gonna search around the grass here. I'm not really planning on getting my next team member until a little bit later. But over here we got Mankey, which can be found on Route 22. I didn't go over Mankey. If you watch my Pokemon Yellow Let's Play, you would know that Mankey is actually a really good fighting type Pokemon to have. Well, particularly, well, I'm pretty sure if you're still going with the starters, I guess you would be good regardless, because, you know, Charmander having Metal Claw and all, that's pretty good. But beyond that, though, Mankey is pretty fast, as well as being good in speed, you know? Like, being really good in speed. Especially when it evolves into Primeape. That's when it gets really good as a fighting type. So, I'm actually trying to look for a Pokemon just to see. I'm not really catching it. I don't really have it planned out for my team. But it's a Pokemon, I guess. Well, it was a rather unique Pokemon for its time in Gen 1. I'm pretty sure all of you know what I'm talking about at this point. Of course I can't find it. Well, I thought it was going to be like on Route 22 or something, but then it's on like Route 3. Well, whatever the case. You know what, I'm just gonna explain it. I'm just gonna explain it as much as I can here, actually. So the Pokemon that I was trying to look for was called Nidoran. Nidoran is a rather unique Pokemon. It comes in male and female. The male being the more attack-based of the two, and female being the more special defensive of the two. It was really unique for its time because it was the only Pokemon in Gen 1 to actually have, or in the Gen 1 games, or in the Gen 1 universe, to actually have a gender. Well, before the next generation of Pokemon decided to have genders in their Pokemon. So, it's still pretty unique for its time. I can honestly recommend it in Gen 1, but as for Gen 3, I honestly can only recommend, well, you know, Nidoran male, because, well, it's the more mixed attacker of the two. Of course, you can still go for Nidoran female, but just remember that it's not as great as a Nidoran male is in that regard. So anyway, this guy. Hello there, sweetie pie. I have a deal just for you. I'll let you have a secret Pokemon, a Magikarp, for just 500. So you'll buy it, am I right? Yes. You paid an outrageous 500 for a Magikarp. Oh boy. Okay, anyway, I actually haven't gone over the Pokédex yet, yeah, I haven't actually gone over the Pokédex. What's really neat about this Pokédex, or this game's Pokédex, is the fact that you can look up Pokemon by their habitats. And of course, there are those rare Pokemon, like legendary Pokemon and all that, you know? Of course, you can go with the age-old classic mode, like the numeral Pokemon. But, oh, look at this! Look at this. This Pokédex entry is so mean. In the distant past, it was somewhat stronger than the horribly weak descendants that exist today. Oh, thanks, game. Thanks a lot. Well, of course, by looking at its Pokédex entry, you'll hear its cry. You can hear where you can find it. See those red spots right there? That's where you can find it. However, they aren't obtained by normal means. You have to obtain some kind of item in order to obtain them. But we won't be getting that until a bit later on in our travels. But I'm not really planning on using Magikarp, nor do I want to, despite the fact that Gyarados is a really good Pokemon. Well, in the next generation. Yeah. Yeah, I should go over Magikarp, actually. Magikarp, just like the Pokédex said, it is pretty pathetic. It literally only has speed going for it, that's it, and it's incredibly tough to raise. Well, with it learning only Splash until level 15, which it gains Tackle. Of course, if you're incredibly masochistic, you could go ahead and train it up to level 30, where it can learn Flail, which is basically a move in which, well, it gets stronger depending on the HP. So if it has lower HP, it gets stronger. So if you go through all the trouble of raising it up to level 20, you'll get yourself a Gyarados. which is a really good Pokemon. It has great physical attack, and it's not really too bad in special attack either. The only problem is that this isn't Gen 4, so unfortunately physical and special split didn't exist yet, unfortunately. So, you know the drill. You know the drill. It's really good in Gen 4 onwards, but it's only kinda sorta good in between Gen 2 and Gen 3. Or just in Gen 2 and Gen 3 in general. In general! In Gen 1, however, it is actually pretty decent. You know, with its physical stats and other such things. The only downside to Gyarados is that it actually gains a flying type, so it's water flying type. Meaning that it's 4 times weak to electric. That's pretty much the downside of it all, so be careful around electric types whenever you send out Gyarados to do your dirty work. But anyway, here we are, guys. Here we are. The Tunnel of Nightmares, Mount Moon. But fortunately, has repels, or rather, this remake has repels. Obviously, I'm not going to use them right now because I have to show off the Pokemon. And obviously, I got to show off this guy, Zubat. Zubat is a pretty straightforward Pokemon. It's flying type, you know, it has Leech Life, which can drain Pokemon HP. The only downside for it is it's bug type, and not many Pokemon that you run into so far are weak to that, so you're gonna have a hard enough time as it is trying to catch this thing. Or trying to raise this thing, rather. However, if you do raise it up to a Golbat, it can get pretty good. It has pretty good physical attack, it has pretty awesome speed, so you know the drill, that happens. However, this is going to bring up the stupid thing that I'm going to bring up as demonstrated in this remake. Of course, in Gen 2, Zubat and other Gen 1 Pokemon gain either an evolution or a pre-evolution. Zubat is one of those Pokemon that gains an evolution. Golbat evolves into Crobat via happiness. So if you get it happy enough, you level it up like a lot, and the next level it gets for the happiness thing, you'll get yourself a Crobat, which is a really, really good Pokemon, and seriously, it is. It has really good attack, it has, like, insane speed. It's just a really good Pokemon, and you should definitely get it. The only downside, though, this is Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. Which basically means, if your Golbat is trying to evolve into Crobat, it won't work until you beat the game. Or until you get a certain thing that is available after you beat the game. I am not kidding. Gen 2 evolutions aren't allowed until you beat the game and get a really until you get a certain item. And that sucks. A lot. Fortunately, in its next remake, in Pokemon's next remake, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, that was rectified. Because I got a Togekiss on my first playthrough, and it was awesome. Yeah. It was... Yeah, it's just... You would have had access to a lot of good Pokemon, like Crobat. Hey, look, it's Iris! Hey, Iris, how's it going? How you doing? I really look forward to kicking your ass in Pokemon Black and White too. But anyway, yeah, that really, really sucks that you can't get Gen 2 evolutions until after you get the thing and you beat the game, which is dumb, and it's stupid, and it's dumb. And speaking of things that are dumb and it's stupid and it's dumb, this Clefairy right here, it has to move Encore, which sucks. Basically what Encore is, it's a move that only lets Pokemon use the previous move they used for about 2 to 5 turns. That really sucks for me because I used Thunder Wave and it only allowed you to use Thunder Wave, and that really, really sucks. Yeah. But fortunately though, you can switch out during an encore, so that really helps out. So anyway, we're gonna peck this thing to death, and there we go. Huzzah! And level 14, nice. And my computer really needs to stop the static problem, as demonstrated in Part 3 of Donkey Kong Country and Epic Gamers Fault. Which should be out by now, I mean, gosh. Anyway, I picked up an item right here. That item is called TM09, which is Bullet Seed. Something new to Fire Red and Leaf Green is the TM case. No, the bag doesn't have its separate thing for TMs. It has to have a TM case, since those didn't happen yet, apparently. So Bullet Seed is basically a grass-type, thing, Fury attack. Unfortunately, though, none of my Pokemon can learn it at this point, so unfortunately I can't really seem to do that right now. And, ooh! Hello, slave! The reason I'm calling it slave right now is because, well, if you're not planning on using, a certain type of Pokemon for later portions of the game, well, I don't know what's wrong with you. But anyway, Paris. Paris is not really that great of a Pokemon, to be perfectly frank here. It's not. Its only claim to fame is that it has the ability to learn the move called Spore, which is 100% accurate sleeping move. Yeah! You know, Hypnosis... You know, we haven't run into it yet, but Hypnosis isn't really all that accurate. And Sleep Powder is accurate, but Spore is just awesome. Spore is just great. It just is. Anyway, I know I'm rummaging around, but I just have to get these things out. I just have to explain myself and get things out. Plus, there's the fact that I need to heal up. It's just because I need to. Ooh, wait. That Paris, it has a big mushroom. You could sell that for a collective sum of money, actually. Yeah, this introduces the fact that some Pokemon in the wild actually have held items. Of course, this was a thing in Gen 2, but yeah, same applies for here. So that is obviously really good to do. Really good to have indeed. And now I have the sniffles again. I need to blow my nose. I don't have any tissues around, so I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I just don't know, man. Anyway, now I do believe is the time that we are going to be stopping this episode here. Next time on Let's Play Pokemon Leaf Green, we're going to traverse through Mount Moon and hopefully get out of here. See you guys on the next time. Thank you for watching and goodbye.